This is the WZ Blaze. It is a Tier 7 Chinese premium tank destroyer. Honestly, I don't know why this vehicle is in the Blitz Nation. It was released at the same time as the 112 Glacial way back in the day. And it makes very little sense because the 112 is Chinese, and even though this tank is clearly also Chinese, I don't know, wargaming just doesn't make sense sometimes. But what's new? In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing why I think this is an absolutely incredible tank destroyer, and why you'd probably enjoy it as well if this is the playstyle that suits you. The Blaze is basically a waffle, the Tier 9 German tank destroyer, down at Tier 7. It features really good aiming time, high alpha damage, fantastic mobility, and actually better armor than you'd expect, which is good for the tier that you're sitting at. The WZ Blaze gun has 2,200 DPM, 2.5 seconds of aiming time, 400 damage per shot. It also has really good pen, 185 on the standard, 240 on the gold. This is with rammer. I could run Cali, but tier 7 you're going up against a lot of weakly armored opponents for the most part, so I don't think it's that important. Gun depression, 8 degrees, so it's super flexible. Reaches a top speed of 50, reverses at 20, and has a power to weight of 23. So overall, the tank is accurate, has good DPM, has high alpha damage, fantastic pen, great mobility, and good gun depression. It's got everything you'd want. And you'd think, yeah, the armor's probably awful, but it's actually not as bad as you'd think. With a 150mm high explosive round, you can only pen the vehicle reliably in the lower plate, and even then it's going to be a 50-50 depending on how much it's angled. You're not going to be able to pen the turret with a 150 unless you see the sides, and the entire upper plate is kind of like the SU-130 where it's just an auto ricochet, so you're not going to be able to pen it. Because of that, it actually makes the Blaze a rather sturdy vehicle. Now, obviously, you're not going to get a lot of bounces. This tank's armor is pretty bad. Think of it like a Caliban, where you're not going to be penned with high explosive, but you're also not going to get any bounces. So, for the most part, the Blaze is really just a glass cannon tank destroyer. The advantage it has over glass cannon tank destroyers, however, is the fact that this one is super mobile. This is one of the only TDs that has very little armor that I can name that really goes super fast. The Waffle is alright. I think it goes like 40 kilometers per hour, but this goes 50. And the Grill goes 50 or something like that. But the problem with the Grill is that it's super slow on traverse speed, and it's not a very flexible tank due to the awful gun depression values over the front. This tank obviously has that flexibility that you don't get in the Grill. It's also half the height, which means that you can get in the cover a lot quicker. And you'll notice my favorite thing about this tank is the aiming time. Do you see how fast this thing aims in? I mean, yeah, its on-movement dispersion isn't great, but it aims in super fast. Now, the enemy team does not have any mediums or lights, so because of that, I'm just going to flank. You can see here the great mobility. We are just as fast as a medium. In fact, we're probably faster than a decent chunk of the mediums in the game. We actually have the Jagdpanther right off to the side, so I'm kind of hoping we can get over here very briefly. No, Jagdpanther moved. But that's alright. We're just going to keep on going. Oh, we are spotted. From what? I have literally no clue. Probably a TD in the back. We'll just wait right here pretty briefly. Now we should be clear to poke. Alright, we got the Blaze in the back. There you go. Nice 419 damage shot into his tank. We can plop on our adrenaline. And let's see. Blaze is still chilling back there. And, oh, we hit the gun mantlet. That's really unfortunate. Good example, though, of the pretty solid armor. I mean, the thing's got more armor than you'd expect, as I said. Alright, this time, though, we're not going to bounce the Blaze. We finish him off. You can see the pretty good DPM on this tank. Like, again, it's nothing crazy, but the fact that you're able to get out good chunky shells like this to begin with is quite nice. So we aim it on the Jagdpanther, finish him off for 395 damage shot. You can also see that great aiming time. This tank just feels amazing. Like, you really don't expect tier 7s to pop this way, but this one really just pops off. So we got the Forest Witch. He's backing up, so we're going to aim it on the side of his turret, and there you go. Easy shell for 426 damage into his tank. Alright, well, we're kind of stuck on an invisible wall right there, but that's alright. The Forest Witch is down to 500 health at this point. We're just going to aim it on him again, and is he going to continue backing up? Surprisingly not. Alright, well, our team is not actually helping me much. I'm going to go over here, and we'll see if I can bonk him. Aiming, and there you go. Easy shell once. I used the wrong repair kit, though, which meant that my driver died. That kind of sucks. Alright, let's reload again. Actually, there you go, that works. I was going to say I'm just going to wait for my teammate. I don't have enough health to feel comfortable making that maneuver, so We're just going to push over here now. We've got the IS-2 shielded off to the side again. Using that quick aiming time, we're able to snap a super easy shell right into the IS-2. This is a win. It looked like it might have been a little tricky at one brief moment there. However, looks like the enemy team is not really going to be all that challenging. All that's left is the 53 TP all the way in the corner. We're just going to use that speed and power this vehicle has and cut right through the 53 TP. So there you go. As I said, the Blaze feels fantastic. The mobility on this tank is great, and the DPM is more than enough at the tier you're sitting at. So we were able to get just shy of 3,000 damage out. And by the way, that was only a second class. To be fair, we didn't get that much XP, but it is pretty surprising to me that people are still playing this tank quite a bit. I believe the Blaze is a super sleeper. If you don't own this tank, I would definitely recommend to keep your eyes out when it does get released. If you do like that Waffle Borsig type of playstyle, because that's exactly what this vehicle feels like, but it's a premium, so you earn credits, and I actually say it's a little bit higher due to the fact that it features mobility and aiming time that those vehicles don't. So, here we are. Tier 7, Tier 6 battle, not going to complain. Our previous game was up against Tier 8, so I think it's only fair that we get to play Tier 6s now. Haha. Alright, so we got two options. It's deal with the mediums or deal with the heavies. I am going to help out with the mediums to start off with. Because this tank has the mobility of a medium, we can easily head over with our Blitz 9000 or whatever the heck, and clear whatever is over here. Then we can get to the side of the heavies and hopefully farm them on the ridge. You can see, though, this tank's fast. I mean, we're chilling at 50 right now. Again, it's surprisingly mobile for what it is. So, yeah, the rest of our team is crossing over towards the heavy route. That's good. That's actually really good, because most likely, I'm not expecting to see the entire enemy team push over here. If I had more view range, I could probably spot them in this position, but obviously I don't feature that much view range, so that's not going to happen as of yet. We're just going to drive up this hill really quickly, see if anybody's here. Does not appear that is the case. However, okay, now they do have their tanks over there as well. Alright, well, we got the Basoto in front. There you go. 446 damage shot into the Basoto. Dude's already dead. I mean, just like that, we literally obliterated that guy. So now we're going to push up. Again, the 8 degrees of gun depression on this tank makes it surprisingly flexible on any ridgeline you play it. That guy's already dead, so I'm not even going to waste my time on it. One shell for me, one shell for my teammate, and he's literally just done. So my Blitz 9000 teammate clears him. Oh, I wonder if we can hit that Hellcat from here. That would actually be really, really nice if we could. Or maybe the Barkin. Aw, I thought he was going to keep going. That shell probably would have hit, but unfortunately he stopped, and I didn't think that was going to happen. Alright, let's reload again. We got 1 second left on our aiming. We're not going to HE it. Well, I guess we're not going to do anything to him, actually. Alright, well, the Basoto is still surprisingly alive. We have the Tankenstein off to the side, and we'll just load a gold shell. I don't know if that would have penned if we hadn't, but it's much easier to just confirm the pen with a gold shell. Alright, well, let's see. Tankenstein just shot, so right now I'm going to ignore the Tankenstein. I'm going to push over here, try and get that Basoto. Basoto killed the Blitz 9000, which is weird, because I don't know where he would have killed him from. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to get up this hill. We should be able to if we have enough speed. Well, never mind. I didn't think this was the spot. It's over on the other side, but I'm not going to waste my time going all the way around for that. Let's see, we got the Tankenstein over here. Oh, there's the Basoto. A little cringe, not going to lie. I'm not going to waste my time on him, though. There you go. Nice 360 damage shell into you. And now we back up. Okay, never mind. The Basoto is kind of rolling us. I have to admit that. But he killed himself, so bye. Yeah, the Basoto has a lot more DPM than I thought for a tier 6 TD. I know that thing hits hard. It's got like 310 alpha. I just didn't think that it was going to reload that fast. But I guess I do have 400 DPS, so kind of makes sense. Let's aim it on the rear of the Tiger. There you go. With the tanks like this where you have that fast aiming time, you only need to aim in for a brief moment. Fast enough that you know you can get the shell out, but not any, longer. You don't need to waste your time dilly-dallying. So there you go. Easy shell into the Tiger. And all that's left is the Smasher. So, pretty solid result. 2,200 damage, which is fine for a tier 6 and 7 battle. We'll see if we can get one more shell out into the Smasher as well. Bonk! There you go. We actually managed to snap it out for 314. So, yeah. I think the Blaze is fantastic, and maybe not everybody's going to agree with me here, but there are definitely people that have played this tank or have it sitting in their garage that haven't played it in a very long time, and I would say, honestly, whip it out. It's a fun tank, it's super enjoyable to play, and again, we finished top of the team. I mean, that's not crazy for Tier 7, but I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.